Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has been blowing up on social media for all the wrong reasons. So many people have been so disappointed that this is the direction that Rocksteady took with the Arkhamverse, an amazing series of games that they have now unfortunately tarnished the reputation of by continuing it with trash like this. But now reviewers are complaining online, talking about how they didn't get early access codes and how disappointed they are with Rocksteady and Warner Brother Games. I have a few things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, follow me on social media, and consider supporting through Patreon or through YouTube memberships. Now, it is always funny to me when I see these journalist hacks complaining about how hard it is to do their job, or, oh, I didn't actually get a ton of free product. I was not given, special treatment by these companies, because I personally believe that while, yes, there are some cases in which these journalists do decent jobs, majority of the time they are lying. And it seems like it's because they're getting paid off. They decide to omit certain facts from their reviews and coverage of games. And of course, then you have situations where they will not even cover games simply because they do not like the creative who made the universe the game is set in, like Hogwarts Legacy. But now Forbes, IGN, many of them are complaining that they didn't get early access codes. And while I think that it's funny that they're complaining, it's also definitely worrying for the game. It says on Tuesday, Rocksteady will launch its first major game since 2015's Arkham Knight, Kill the Justice League. But if you're wondering where press and creator reviews of the game are, just a few days ahead of that, you're not alone. This is not a situation where everyone has played and it is just waiting for a day before embargo, which is not that unusual, but instead, seemingly no one has actual copies of Kill the Justice League right now. That's what Forbes started off with, and IGN started off with saying, "Where's our Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League review?" Its early access period starts to go live soon, which means that when it's officially out, practically speaking, unfortunately, we won't have a review of their new games as a service looter shooter for you right away, as codes have not been set ahead of time. In fact, Warner Brothers Games has informed IGN that it has declined to send us codes at all. So this is actually funny because, first of all reviewers and content creators are not actually getting codes, but it seems that IGN has kind of been blacklisted from Warner Brothers Games, that it has declined to send us codes at all. They didn't really go into detail with that. Maybe it's because of how poorly they viewed Hogwarts Legacy and all of the negative press that they put out surrounding the game. And, IGN did cover it to a certain extent, but they didn't do things like full guides like a lot of other sites did, because of course they do not support JK and they think that the game basically should have been canceled. But of course, no gaming website has this given right to get a review code, and let's be honest, they make money from reviews. Buy the game if you don't get the code, and nobody got code. So complaining about how disappointing it is for you guys and how they try to strive to have a full opinion on every major game available. Unfortunately, your opinion doesn't really matter. Of course, there are still normies who look at these websites and they still get that traffic. That's the only way that they have survived at this point. But I never look at journalist reviews and, base my opinion of a game off of what the critics are saying, because again, a lot of the times the critics omit certain information, or they basically are just shilling for a product. Like, there is no trust between consumers and the gaming media anymore, and it's been that way for years. Now, of course, the problem here is that it seems that nobody got codes because they don't want reviews going up early and people canceling their pre-order, so they have intentionally withheld these copies and withheld reviews from flooding the internet. They know once it launches, it'll be a couple of days until reviews release, because people have to actually play the game, so it'll buy them some time, but it won't save them from scores tanking on something like Metacritic, but they don't let you leave reviews for the first 24 hours, so they've got about a 24-hour window to sell as many copies as they possibly can, and I have seen on social media tons of people say that with every, teaser and trailer that's released for this game, they have decided and opted to not support this title because of how disappointing it looks. And I have to completely agree. I have been live streaming through all of the Arkham games, all of the Arkhamverse leading up to this release because I love the Arkhamverse, but I am so disappointed with what I have seen with Kill the Justice League so far. Will it end up being a fantastic game? I mean, there is a very, very small chance it actually will be enjoyable, but from everything I have seen so far, the gameplay looks repetitive, the graphics are not very good, the story, of course, was, written by Sweet Baby Inc., meaning it is extremely progressive, and that's just not what I want. I do not want a progressive Harley Quinn or the Suicide Squad making jokes that, relate to real world situations, because of course they just have to throw some cringe-worthy quotes in there that dates the game, but it's just disappointing, and I know so many other people have not been happy, but it's honestly not even that surprising to see that the developers, not only have they recently said that, the Arkham series is ingrained in this game trying to get people excited, but they have been continuously damage controlling. I mean, this article and interview just came out, but the Suicide Squad devs say despite being a live service game, it'll respect players' time because we all love playing games, but we also have lives. I do not believe them. This is a live service game, and every single live service game that has come out so far, and keep in mind many of them have failed, has not respected our time, and they put these crappy microtransactions into it so that, you can actually get some buffs, like you can buff your experience so you level a little faster. You can actually, buy certain items that actually give your character a boost, and we know that this game has a battle pass. It's just so not okay what they have done with the Arkhamverse, because even though the other games are fantastic, I personally do really love all four of them. Even Arkham Knight, which was definitely a slightly different take on the Arkhamverse, I still wanted this game to be good, but I would rather have this game not exist at all than have it tarnish the legacy of the Arkhamverse, and every single thing that we have seen for this game has been absolutely ratioed and has gotten flooded with comments of people saying how disappointed they are with how this game looks, and it does release very soon, so it'll be interesting to see if people enjoy it or will be disappointed with it, which I think will be the case, but they clearly don't want canceled pre-orders to completely flatten the sales for the game, so they want to try and make sure as many pre-orders that were made actually get sold and claimed before the review scores get out there, showing that the game is not good, and then of course their sales will tank. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.